projects with great fundamentals and utilities, not just a doxed group of founders that went to Harvard or something.
Or perhaps they're friends with Vitalik, or have the backing of several VCs. Not quite. It boils down to the influences and the conversation a project can generate.
We know the best projects are not necessarily the most popular, but they should be.
At Coinfluence, we're looking to change the dynamics for projects that get the most attention by creating our own coin, the CFLU token.
To house the largest single group of crypto influencers.
Using the momentum we create our own project to drive other well-deserved projects into the limelight.
We would be the influencer launchpad for projects that deserve attention, starting with ours.
So join the ICO for the project which is looking to give life to others as we race to onboard 100,000 influencers across media platforms.
We exist to help great projects moon.
Welcome back to the channel, and I hope you're having a great day. So we just got to look at a little promotional from the Coinfluence team. And I'm calling this right now one of the best projects in cryptocurrency at this particular point in time. And there are not many projects left in cryptocurrency, I think, that can have that title. I only get excited about a few projects in cryptocurrency, and the last one I got excited about was the Hexcoin project, and it had a bumpy start. A lot of people thought it was a scam, but the views changed on it, and we arrive at today. Hex has performed very well. It also had some of the components to it, I think, many cryptocurrency projects miss out on, and that is referral programs, affiliate programs. And most projects in association with that, and most platforms, the most successful platforms in the world, have had those things. So if you're a project and you don't have that, you might want to look into maybe having an affiliate program. Of course, in cryptocurrency, they've got a bad reputation. But I do think there are times when it's appropriate, and if the wording of the project itself is done correctly, and the people behind it, it can be a very effective tool, and a much needed tool in some instances. So let's talk a little bit about what Coinfluence is, why I'm excited about it, why I think it would do well, why I think I have a good track record with this, and this is what I want to say about many of these projects like this. Even how I spoke about the Hexcoin project, I told people that it was a project that I liked, that I was interested in, but at the same time, when you're involved in some type of affiliate promotion, referral promotion, of course there is some incentive that can get people on the other end bias, and so that can detract a lot from that. So I want to be clear in saying that the referral programs are a very small part of why I'm interested in projects. Of course, you need to market and promote them, but them being solid projects is the most important thing. And again, not telling you to invest, do your own research, do your own due diligence, but pay attention to some of the fundamentals that I think need to work in cryptocurrency for it to be a successful project. And we'll speak a little bit about that in this video episode. But did real well with Hex. Got a lot of their cryptocurrency just from their referral program, and I like that a lot. And it looks like Coinfluence is doing a similar thing. But the difference with both of these projects, or what separates them from a lot of the rest of cryptocurrency, is these seem to be very solid projects, and they've proven themselves, at least Hex has, and it's now moving on to its own chain with the Post chain. But now Coinfluence just popping up on the scene, but as we get into the video, we're going to discuss why it might be very important to look at this project and understand what's going on and what's happening with it. So let's first read just a little bit from what the site is saying about the project itself, in their own words. It's saying that the Coinfluence community, they're investing in the next wave of blockchain projects. The Coinfluencer community will be over 100,000 influencers strong, connecting to a network of 1 billion participants looking for a piece of the next crypto tsunami. So, what are they saying here? This sounds very similar to some of the things that we've heard before in cryptocurrency, and that is they're going to reach a lot of people. They're going to revolutionize cryptocurrency in some type of way. They're going to work with the right marketing teams or have the right marketing approach. And we hear this all the time. But here's the difference with the Coinfluence project. They literally, their business is literally finding cryptocurrency projects that are solid projects to get behind, to invest in, and to gain value from them. Now, this has been done before, but the level that Coinfluence is doing, I think, is probably at a much more sophisticated level than what we've seen before, maybe at a more organized level than we've seen before. And what's happening here is you have these projects. I think one similar project to this might be the well project, right? It's where it's basically this organization of people that go out and they find and list these and promote cryptocurrency projects they believe have a promising future. And when they do this, they then take a percentage of that, right? So what they are really, what the real idea of this is the next evolution in venture capital, right? They do it through what we call a DAO, which is a decentralized autonomous organization. And basically what that means is that the community can fundraise projects, can fund huge projects on their own. This is outside bank institutions, venture capitalist firms, and so on and so forth. And it's very revolutionary to how businesses and how projects are going to get funding in the future. And so that's what makes them just so utterly important. And that's just what makes it just phenomenal. Now, this isn't anything new per se. Many systems have DAOs that do this, but one big issue with their DAOs is, or these funding mechanisms, right, where the community just comes in, is oftentimes they just aren't sophisticated enough where they have the reach, where they're connected to the right marketing teams and the right marketing approaches. A lot of times these are quite small cryptocurrency communities with just people who are already in these communities funding these projects. And oftentimes they're limited in funds and they're limited in perception as to everybody's involved. So just to give you a quick example of what I'm saying with this, think of something like a Cardano. You think of something like Bitcoin Cash, maybe Dash, many of these interfunding projects, right? Telos, EOS, they have their own little rules on how they fund these projects, but oftentimes these communities can be not only quite short-sighted and specific, but they oftentimes lack the reach to pull in more investors, more opportunity, and more funding sources, right? And so this has been a big issue with how projects work to get funding. And of course, funding is very important because if you don't have funding, you're probably not going to have the resource to get yourself out in front of enough people. You're not going to have enough money for your project to be able to support itself. And here's the other beauty of the situation with the Coinfluence tokens. And these are Binance Smart Chain tokens, by the way. The smart thing about it, unlike investing in a cryptocurrency project where it has it's kind of like a one-trick pony. it's kind of going to do a specific thing, have a particular utility. With the Coinfluence group, what you have is they're going to share in the profits more likely than the next successful huge cryptocurrency project, right? So that next big project that's coming around, maybe like Bitcoin MYK, a project we're involved in, they're going to be able to invest in that project and probably get good positions in all those projects and fund those projects. And the people who are invested in the Coinfluence tokens, from the value that Coinfluence is probably going to gain from that, sifting through these bad projects and picking the better of the projects, they're probably going to end up being, very successful in that and being worth perhaps a lot of money. And so if you're holding a cryptocurrency, you're probably going to do kind of well because they're almost like, if you think of like an investment bank, or you think about the idea of, does a bank lose? A bank oftentimes doesn't lose, right? Usually it's the person who's holding their money there, or the consumer, right? But the bank itself, or the brokerage house itself, they're getting their commissions anyway. You're depositing your funds anyway. Oftentimes they don't lose in that, in that sense, right? Just based on how their business is set up. So in that paradigm, the Coinfluence cryptocurrency is probably going to end up being a very successful project, just from the businesses that are going to be under its umbrella, right? So now that's one part of it. The other part is when they speak about influencers, right? This is how they're going to get themselves out there. It's a very clever way that they're doing this that I haven't quite seen a project do this as. Now, we've seen projects that have attempted this before, but we've never quite seen projects. Oh, it looks like my camera kind of did a weird thing there. Okay, I think it's all right now. I think it's just unloading the white paper. But we've seen this before, but we haven't quite seen this like a project that focuses on the content influencer. So if you saw the excerpt from the promotional video in the beginning, what they're basically saying is that if you look at the huge projects like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, these projects went to a lot of these huge venture capitalist firms that put up a lot of money to fund them, and probably got a large percentage of the value of the platform in doing that. And because of that, they were able to get themselves out there, right? The ability to get yourself out there can surpass the idea of being a good project. You see, in cryptocurrency, we have it backwards. In cryptocurrency, we believe that a project that is hyped up, that is out there, that have people speculating, is a good project, right? And the big part of things we miss is that, no, that doesn't make it a good project. A good project stands on its own merit, right? Projects like Singularity.net, right, that are doing things like decentralizing artificial intelligence. However, it is not getting the respect it deserves because people want to speculate. They want to go for the hype. They want to go for the attention. And those can create bubbles, and they generally don't end well, but that's what 90% of cryptocurrency is. And it is very unfortunate, but maybe Coinfluence changes that, and that's what they're trying to do. They're going to sift through all these hype projects coming through and promote the better of them, right? With hundreds of thousands of content influencers that they're going to, in a sophisticated system, organize to promote projects that, through their team of expertise, and they seem to have a pretty solid team there with a very versatile group of people from different areas, from marketing to programming to economics and so on and so forth, right? So they're doing a very good job in that department. So if you really think about it, if you're a cryptocurrency project trying to create your own project, trying to create your own blockchain, you could need millions of dollars to do that, right? You need millions of dollars, and then you got to go out and find a marketing team, right? And it is shocking to me, many of these DAOs never figured out that this is the first thing they need to do: get the marketing in order. You know, a lot of companies, successful companies around the world, billion-dollar companies, can spend half of their annual revenue in marketing, promotion, and so on and so forth. And I think in cryptocurrency, that gets downplayed so much to the point that a lot of cryptocurrency hasn't mass adopted yet. A lot of it hasn't gotten to the place many of us think it should be, but it hasn't made it there, right? But social media, we saw what happened with people like Elon Musk as they're bringing out his white paper, him just speaking about it, him being a huge cryptocurrency influencer could make markets go up 50, go crash 50% and so on, right? Just by his opinion. And we've seen this play out time and time again. False news, good news, fake news, all over cryptocurrency. What Coinfluence is figuring out is how to influence that for the better. To influence it not just to bad, on the side of bad projects, but to influence it in the way of which they can sift through the good projects, right? So very excited about this project because I just think this is another cryptocurrency that gets it. There are so many out there that I feel just don't get it. Also, this is going to allow for a lot of new opportunity in cryptocurrency. You know, if you look at something like Bitcoin, if you look at the theory of the Bitcoin maximalist, what many don't tell you is that 87% of the Bitcoin network is owned by only about 1% of the people. So that creates a limited opportunity in Bitcoin. But something like Coinfluence, a new project coming out with a very good direction that people can get into from the beginning, and that percentage of how many people own Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, that can be a very good situation, and the referral programs and so on and so forth, right? So I'm going to break this into a series on Coinfluence because I'm just that excited about the project. Make sure you stay tuned. I want to kind of build up a Coinfluence community around the project, and I certainly want to kind of work with this project. If you know, if not so much on the inside, working with it with my own project, hopefully being able to team up with them on Bitcoin MYK. And we're going to, before the video's over, we're going to take you over there real quick and just show you Bitcoin MYK, right? But Coinfluence is looking good. There are celebrity promotions going on. They have Bow Wow already on. He's was a rap superstar turned into a movie star. I saw some of his movies I thought were excellent. You probably remember something like some of them like Mike and Lottery Ticket. And I think he's gonna his influence is gonna do well with this project. But they're also bringing in even more celebrities, and they're gonna have probably a lot of big cryptocurrency influencers involved as well, right? You know, throughout that exists already in the space. So very excited about this project. We're going to get into the mechanics of it in later episodes of what the cryptocurrency supply is going to look like. You know, more about, is it a good investment choice? Should you be investing at all? And so on and so forth. But so far, so good. Looks exciting. I'm going to leave my link in the description so you can check out. Make sure you click it. Because obviously I want to get some of these cryptocurrencies as well if you do decide to invest in them. And the cool thing about them, they're like dirt cheap. I think they're like a fraction of a penny or a penny or something like that, but don't quote me. They're very, very low value. I think only about total $1 million being raised, and they're going to do it in stages where you're going to pay more at different stages. And so they're kind of putting the fire beneath your feet, right? Where if you don't buy it in this stage, you're going to pay more in the next stage, and it's going to kind of it's going to kind of be on this incline up, where if you wait too long, you'll pay a little bit more, right? And I think that's an interesting way to raise funds. But we're going to get into more the technical parts of it later, as I do more videos about Coinfluence, because I think I'm going to stick with it for a while because haven't been much excited about cryptocurrency as of late. I know a lot of people into Bitcoin and Ethereum, but looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum, I don't really see them really as decentralized. Even if they're decentralized in nodes, I don't see them decentralized in wealth. And that, kind of pushes me away from projects that haven't really been good distribution mechanisms for creating more economic prosperity, because I think that's the reason why many of us come to cryptocurrency. I don't think we come so much for a better economic system because you can make money in the standard economy. I think we come for a better economic system. So if it's not going to do that, and right now I don't think Bitcoin and Ethereum does that, then there's no reason for a lot of us to be here. But that's what I want to say so far about Coinfluence. Make sure you click that link I put in the description because if it does turn out to be a winner for you and maybe myself, we all get credit that way. And so definitely want to talk about that referral program. But before I get out of here, and before I go, let me see if I can get you over to the dashboard there. Okay, and it did let me in, so we can get a quick sneak peek of what the dashboard looks like. And this is if you set up an account with Coinfluence, you get to see their different phases. The current price of the token is a little bit over a penny. And this, excuse me for the interruptions, guys, but this is a little bit over the penny of a penny. And this shows you, this basically shows you how they go through their phases, right? So they've raised over $1 million so far. And as they go through their phases, let me see if I can go there instead. Let me go. What it will do is it will show you, let's see where this takes me. Okay, that's back to the affiliate program. Let's see where this takes me. Uh-oh, I didn't want to edit my profile. Okay, so I was trying to show, I don't want to show any personal information, of course, but I was trying to show you it should lead, okay, I think it's down here. It's talking about the different phases. It says it does say the team will be vested for 2 years, so they won't start dumping on people's heads. And I think they will be listed on an exchange by October, I believe they'll be launching. But like I said, in more videos, we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of this more. But the next phase is going to be over a penny. You would pay a little bit more. But you can promote this. You can promote on your own channels. You can get your links. There's no requirement as far as I can see. It is a Binance smart contract, so you will need a Binance friendly wallet, and so that's a good way to get involved. If you don't want to spend any funds, but at a penny, I think it's going to be a good idea for just 1 cent to take a chance with that, because again, we saw with Hex, at least for me, I won't say for you, but for me, but we saw with Hex end up, I think, hitting about 20 cents or something like that. I have to check what it is now. It was fractions of a penny, right? And so, and of course, dollar cost average is always good too in these type projects, I found, in case they do dip and so on. But always do your own research. I think the important takeaway from this is that this sounds just like a really solid cryptocurrency project, in my opinion, because they only need maybe a couple of cryptocurrency projects that they launch to be successful, doing a variety of things, and they can, they're basically a venture capitalist organization, unlike one we've never seen before, right? And they're probably going to get these influencers as they're getting celebrities already. So I think they're going to do very, very well. Okay, and real quick before we get out of here, we always have to mention Bitcoin MYK, one of our sponsors, and it's a project I'm involved with, Bitcoin MYK. And Bitcoin MYK hopefully is one of these new projects that the Coinfluence team will look at, or will definitely try to get on their radar, we want to be one of these next projects that changes the landscape of cryptocurrency. It is a, think of it as a Bitcoin meets Facebook meets universal basic income. We know universal basic income to be a huge topic. All the big tech gurus, entrepreneurs are talking about it. This is a problem that is real, clear, and present. And we're going to have a system that can create a universal basic income project that is going to allow us to deal with the looming threat of automation, pandemics, and so on and so forth. But we ask you to watch the channel to get a more full explanation of how the project works. Subscribe to the channel, and hopefully this will be one of those projects with Coinfluence. I think it'll be great for everyone if it is. And it has a very interesting automated curation system. So it's basically this real cool system that when you're doing your everyday social media, it's basically able to gauge what the value of that is, and you get rewarded in a cryptocurrency, right, for just being on social media sites. And that's why I think it's so cool about this project, that just being on social media, you could potentially have so much value in that network and be compensated for your time and energy, and as a network and community have a portion of that value. And so it's done through a like system. It's like almost like the likes are cryptocurrency. So when you like somebody, they get the cryptocurrency, you get the cryptocurrency, you get it for page views, you get it for photo uploads, video uploads, all the things you do in a normal system. So it's kind of like if you're on Facebook, and Facebook, you earn cryptocurrency, you made money on Facebook, just using Facebook, kind of like Facebook meets Bitcoin, and then you get this universal basic income. So it's very interesting. It's in the form of this social network, and it's we also call it the universal bridge cryptocurrency, which means it can just move around from blockchain to blockchain. But that's all I want to say in this video. Maybe you guys are excited about projects like Coinfluence like I am. Let me know in the comments section. Don't forget to join Bitcoin NYK as well. And don't forget to click that Coinfluence link in the description. That is going to take you over to Coinfluence and possibly have you on the next big cryptocurrency project. That's all I want to say in this video. If you like content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and until next time, as always, take care.